The Science Museum is based in South Kensington. It's only a 20-minute journey. I just love going into the main hall because it's so busy. It's busy, it's active, it's noisy. There's so much going on. The children, they seem so tiny in such a vast hall, but they want to cover it all at one time. So many feelings, thoughts, noises, activities going on in one place.
If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king.
It has a wealth of information about science, technology, from the past, present and future.
Sorry, Mummy, I'm gay.
It's how they intend to corrupt ya. This foundation of community is strong family structure. Baby dollies cry, wet themselves, even sneeze.
Elijah and Joseph, they prefer the Science Museum to any of the other museums in that area.
Teenage pregnancies. Don't let them pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king. Don't let them pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king.
Bringing the children to the Science Museum is really a manifold experience.
Nuts and bolts, it's hard.
Continues its journey under the power of its liquid.
You tried to do that, it's quite awkward. Go ahead, Elijah.
First of all,
Well done.
it's about them learning to experience science in a very practical, hands-on and interactive way. Secondly, it's very important for them to understand their environment.
Don't let them pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king. Don't let them pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king. You got no time for your kids.
When I take the children to the Science Museum, my main aim is for all of us to learn.
Watching television and endless hours playing Tekken. Parents scared to correct their own offspring. Another mother gets flipped.
Joseph is much more passionate when he sees something that he likes.
When his favourite show has always been Rambo.
How are cars developed? How are motorbikes developed? What did the first car look like?
1891.
That's right. First developed. And that's one of the most successful motorcycles. That's a motorbike. That was an early motorbike. Look how big they are though.
It's really important that our children see that everything is a process of graduation. Elijah is very creative. However, he doesn't like to respond very openly.
I like driving cars, so I want to drive a little car.
So he's very guarded, he's very reserved.
Yeah, it's not going to be as ugly as that. It's going to have 4 seats and it's going to be small.
Don't let them pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king.
Each of them respond very, very differently to the different experiences.
For manhood state, to one our young boys' minds they pray constantly. Pokemon and Teletubby character this game. Program to the boys till eventually. Don't want them to say.
How many times did I change the tyre on the road?
Joseph is so much more willing to try something that he hasn't tried before.
Right, so if you have a safety harness, it was saying that it's got it's a 6-point harness. What's another name for a safety harness? A cockroach, when it's not a cockroach.
Well, it's a robot.
Right, and that will determine what all of the cockroaches do, because they're social beings and they all want to stay together.
He's much more open and much more receptive to inviting new experiences, new textures, new smells, new styles. All of these things we get in the Science Museum. Motivation is a really, really, really important thing.
So what you have to do is go all along here and then you can get to a launch pad. Look, this is what it'll show you. A simulator. It's this little round thing and you go into it and it shows you something.
Before I go to the Science Museum, I plan and prepare what I'm going to do. I plan and prepare what we're going to study, which section of the Science Museum we're going to see.
He's a natural plant.
I always make it very clear, this is part of our class, is part of our lesson, is part of your education, and each of us need to participate.
Don't let 'em pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king. From years 1 to 7, child's minds
I don't often see a lot of black people in the Science Museum at all. I really put this down to us doing the same thing as was done when I was a little girl.
Plastics appeared at the start of the century of an incredible change as the nations grew.
Because we're struggling to manage from day to day as a nation of people, as black people, we don't have time to think about planning for our future.
Are plastics still fantastic? Let's take a look.
About inspiration, about creative ideas.
Don't let 'em pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king. Don't let 'em pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king. Don't let 'em pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king. Don't let 'em pollute ya. If we don't take charge, we ain't got no future. From what's happening could turn a wild child into a queen and a king.
Planting seeds in the minds of our children in order for them to be creators, makers, producers, the answers to all of the solution to all of the problems that we suffer from today. Homeschooling really encourages and helps me and parents to be able to plan and prepare the things that our children need, not only for today, but for the future. When it's time to leave, I'm always excited and passionate about the next project that we're going to do.
I had a good day today, by God's grace and mercy, over here at the Science Museum.
Yeah.
I've had a great time filming it. I've had a great time being here and experiencing the wonderful world of plastics. It's excellent. I mean, they're really exciting, as you can see. You know, it's really good to be able to be coming to an exhibition as a family member, as opposed to just, you know, schools where there's 20, 30 children and they're just running up and down. So it's all good. You know? I mean, our boys are running up and down at the moment, but it's at the end of the day and we're about to go home, so they're a bit tired.